So, good morning to you. A happy hump day. Um, I thought I would just pop in here. I don't know if you have challenges manifesting. I know I sometimes do. And this morning I had a bit of guidance shared with me that I thought I would pop in and share with you as well. So, what I was shown was a maze. You know, the maze is kind of like they put rats in for testing. Um, I don't like to compare us to rats, but um, it's along the same lines. But what I was also shown is that there isn't just one exit point, there's multiple exit points. And at one of those exit points is that which we desire, that which we desire to experience and see in our own lives. The catch is that at the other exit points, there are not so much things that we don't desire, but they aren't the things of our main focus, of what we most desire. So, how do we get from point A, where we are when we are first intending this for our lives, and get to the correct exit point, the exit point where what we do desire exists? So, how do we do that? What I was told is much like the mice and the rats in the maze, we need to use our instinct. But what is our instinct? It's our intuition. And it's feeling in to what that endpoint, the one that we desire, feels like. So maybe we take a few steps forward with the feeling of that object, that experience, what it feels like to have it in our lives. So when they say act as if it already exists in your life, this is exactly what they're talking about. And feel into what it feels like to have that experience. Don't focus so much on not having it. So, by getting in that vibration, that energy, we're able to attract the thing or the experience that we desire. Becomes like a magnet. They always talk about the law of attraction and attracting what we desire, becoming magnetic so that what we desire is drawn to us. But it can be the other way around too. Basically turning what we desire, what to experience and have, into a magnet. So we are drawn to it energetically. So we take a few steps forward, and then maybe we feel into it again as to what that really feels like to have that in our lives, to experience that in our lives. And then maybe we take a few steps forward, a few more steps forward, until maybe we come to a crossroads. We can either go forward, we can turn to our right, can turn to our left. We need to pause and again feel into what we desire to create in our lives. And then see, feel if turning right or turning left or going straight will take us in the direction of the correct exit point. Yeah. So feel in to what you desire to experience. See, the thing is when we're manifesting, it's not a plant the seed and then we're done. It's a process of nurturing. We don't fixate on it. Of course, we don't ask the waiter every 5 minutes if our order is ready. But we feel into, we anticipate what it's going to feel like to have that in our lives, not in a way of feeling its absence, rather feeling what it would be like to experience that, what we would be, who we would be to have that or to experience that in our lives, and then step into that energy. It's funny because when we were kids, it was really easy. We would think, okay, well, we're going to pretend to be a mommy, or we're going to pretend to be a doctor, or we're going to pretend to be an orca. Yes, I wanted to grow up to be an orca when I was little. So that was until I realized you can't do that. You're always going to be a human, at least this lifetime. But um, but it was easy for us to pretend. It was easy. We just stepped into it, and we were the mommy. We were the doctor. As far as, and see, the thing is, our minds don't know any different. When we're visualizing things, good or bad, when we're visualizing things, our mind doesn't know the difference between it actually happening and it being made up, being pretend. So, yeah, it was really easy when we were kids, but it's our inner child, our inner creative that can get us to where we really desire to be, to have and experience what we desire to have and experience in our lives. So remember back to when you were a child and how it felt to step into that role. So think of what you desire to have in your life. And what would it feel like to be that you that has or is experiencing that in their lives? And then pretend to be that person. Feel like you are that person. Feel like you are that person going through your day today. What would it feel like? Would you act differently? Energetically? Would you dress differently? Would you speak differently? Would you take different actions? And we're coming up to the full moon. Not quite. I believe it's September 3rd. So we're not quite halfway to the full moon from the new moon. But what seeds did you plant or intend to plant at the new moon? And what would it actually feel like to be a person who has those things? Feel into it. It's our spiritual GPS. It will guide us to where we desire to be. It will guide us to the proper exit point of the maze if we allow it. And that is what aligned living is all about. It's about living from your intuition, your higher self. So I had recently this box. You know how you get cards that just don't want to, the boxes just don't want to give? Those are so annoying to me. And sometimes I won't use them because of that. But I just recently, I'm doing more angel readings and or intuitive readings for people who are drawn to the angels. So I'm doing more angel readings. So I picked up the Angel Tarot cards by Radley Valentine, and they came yesterday. And I was fiddling with them last night, but I thought since I'm on here, I would draw a card for our day. Oh, this one. The Dreamer. The Zero card, which would be the equivalent of the Fool in normal tarot decks. And it says, a leap of faith, follow your dreams, unexpected opportunities. Archangel Metatron. So in this card, the Dreamer has a bubble of energy around him. And all around him, there's an angel, there's a unicorn. In this deck, I like it because the suits are the elements: earth, air, water, and fire. And instead of having like the pentacle and the staff and the cup, this deck has the mermaids for water and dragons for fire and angels for air. No, unicorns for air, and the fairies for earth. Yeah. And then the the major arcana has the archangels. So I like it. It's I'm starting to work with it. But um, so in that card, the dreamer, he was in a bubble of energy, and all around him were mystical beings. And we can see ourselves in a bubble of energy. And we decide what we let in. We can let in magic, miracles, mystical beings. We can let them in. Or we could draw to us pain, strife, challenges. So it's up to us to feel into what we desire to experience. And feeling into it will lead us to the exit point that we most desire to end up at. So, and the cycle of the month. This is something that I've been guided to doing more and more. And I thought I was going to let the moon manifestation circle go since things seem to be getting busier for me. But again, it's feeling into what we most desire to experience. And what we're guided to experience to get to the exit point. And so I've just been feeling it more and more is the moon manifestation circle. And I actually, when I got my cards, I came across a book, Moonology, Diary 2021 by Yasmin Boland. And this, I feel, is going to take me deeper into what I was exploring that created the moon manifestation circle in my mind in the first place. So, yes, the moon manifestation circle is going to go forward. And what is that? Basically, it is a circle for women to aid them in to empower them and aid them in owning, that's it, owning their innate intuition and gifts of alchemy, and using the cycles of the moon to accomplish that. It's going to be a women's circle. We're going to meet on around the full moon and around the new moon, but it's not what I would consider a goddess circle. It's more practical than that. It's about using the energy and working with it to create what we desire to see in our lives. Our gifts of alchemy, our gifts for making something out of nothing, our sacred womb. But it's not going to be the ceremony and wand waving. And I mean, not all goddess circles are like that. I've been involved in um, wand waving, or what I considered to be wand waving ceremony, and it just wasn't for me. But this is going to take a more practical approach and how we can use tools and strategies to in alignment with the cycles of and energy of the moon to create what we most desire. So keep an eye out for that. But with all that being said, I will let you get to your day and I will get to mine. And just remember the dreamer card. Remember to feel into what you want and desire to experience in your life. Don't resist anything that's not it. Just make a mental note. That's not it. That's not it. And turn toward what is it. So I hope you have a fabulous Wednesday, and I hope to connect with you soon. Take care until then.